There's this talk, Comrade Chizengeni. Why exactly was ZANU formed? Because there seemed to have been an agreement that after ZAPU was banned, there wasn't supposed to be another party. What was going on here? And why did you choose to then join ZANU? Because I understand when ZANU was formed, Joshua Nkomo actually was labeling ZANU like a rebel, part of rebels and so on. Why did you choose to join ZANU?
Okay, by the time ZAPU was banned, some of us, even though I was not active in the branches of ZAPU as such, but politically, in my head, I followed what was happening, and I was getting frustrated as much as everybody else that Nkomo keeps on talking of wanting to go to UK and talk to the British so that the British would give us independence and so on. And this he had been doing earlier, which led, he had been doing earlier together with Kaunda and Nyerere, and Banda. But Banda and Kaunda achieved their goal.
They'd gotten their independence.
They gotten their independence by going to Britain.
Yes.
And Nkomo continued going to Britain, but nothing was happening for us. So we're saying, what is the point of him or us waiting for the British? Going to the British and so on. And somebody, I don't remember, I think it was Story. They then said, look, the solution is not going to the Commonwealth or to the British or to the United Nations. The solution is ourselves. We have to look back into ourselves. And he coined the phrase, we are our own liberators. We have to do that. We have to fight for ourselves. Nobody else is going to liberate us. The British are not going to come here and liberate us. We have to do it ourselves. That made a lot of sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this
sounds like what I want.
This is, no, it makes sense to me. So when the split occurs, I am more than ready for it. And especially to get rid of Nkomo. Because Nkomo for us was not leading us anyway. I was saying, most of the youth really were saying, no, we had had enough of Nkomo. And in fact, if Pareniatwa had not died, there was a talk that people should organize for the elevation or promotion of Pareniatwa to become the leader of the party. All right. So, no, Nkomo, we're tired of it.
Now, reports also say that soon after the formation of ZANU now, there were serious clashes between ZANU and ZAPU, supporters, big time. Tell us of that. What was now happening? What was leading to all this? And what instigated all this fight?
The main thing that I remember to be at the background of this was during ZAPU period, it was said that the African nationalists were not good. If ZAPU had been was banned, they would not form another party. ZAPU was the last party that the Africans were no other party. In other words, the impression given to us, or our understanding from that statement, was that we will not accept for ZAPU to be banned. Because that's our party and it should not be banned. That was the party that was meant to take us into independence. So even when the white man says it's banned, well, for us it's not banned.
It can't be banned.
No. We continue as ZAPU. Right. But something happened, and I don't know the details of that, but I know that there were disagreements when they went to Dar es Salaam. After ZAPU was banned, all the leaders were called to go to Zambia, to Tanzania. And there, they developed their differences. The leadership developed some differences. And they came disjointedly,
They
actually.
came back,
They came back, but disjointedly, because Nkomo came first and left everybody behind.
Yes, yeah.
And he went out to address meetings, denouncing those guys.
Who had remained behind.
He called them the Gang of Five? Gang of Seven.
Yeah.
Yes. These guys had sold to the Americans. I think that's what he said.
Okay.
These guys had sold to the Americans. But for us, the youth in Highfield, at least in Highfield, we knew better.
Okay.
We knew that it's not possible that the Dabaningi Stories, the Mugabes, the Maniangas, and so on, and the Nankalas, it sold out. No, we didn't believe that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we didn't believe that. But that line was sold to ZAPU supporters, and they believed that.
Okay.
Yeah? So, when ZANU was formed, the ZAPU people looked at ZANU as an enemy.
Okay.
As far as they were concerned, we were causing a delay in the achievement of our independence.
Okay.
Okay, they preferred that we didn't break away from ZAPU. Okay. We remained as one organization, so on. But we were saying, remaining for all these years, we've been one. We didn't achieve anything.
Okay.
And now is the time for us to do something effective. And the effective thing is we had people in this group who spoke the language that we understood and we wanted. Okay. We are our own liberators.
Okay.
Yeah. What does that mean?
We have to fight.
We have to fight these guys.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're not fighting the British, you're fighting the Rhodesians who are here. Yeah.
Okay. So these clashes, how bad were they?
They were serious. They're really bad.
What do you mean?
They make raids. They'll know Huni's address is number 7, this street. They'll raid your house.
So, Chizengeni, tell us, how bad were these clashes in Highfield there?
They're very, very serious clashes. They ZAPU people. Yeah. And at that time, we were saying ZAPU had been banned, right? But they formed an organization which they called PCC. Which we understood and knew that it was ZAPU, because they wanted to retain their ZAPU. But they formed this PCC thing against ZANU.
Oh, okay.
Right? So they would organize people to go and raid houses of supporters of ZANU. The Huni is stay in that place. They'll raid the place and stone it or burn it down.
Okay.
And if you, in the morning, you're going to work, you go to the bus station, you get into the bus. Once you get into the bus, they want you out of that bus.
It was that bad?
It was extremely bad. It was extremely bad. And people suffered a lot.
Did some people die?
Oh, yeah. No, they died. People just